So we're 10 plus videos into the series now. I think it'd be a good idea to kind of reassess our initial prediction and what we're thinking, who we might think might win the game from here on out. I mean, a lot of things have happened, and I think that, I can't say that, I can't just, you can't change your pick, but because, obviously everyone would pick it by the end, it's going to be very clear. I think it'll come down to, as we've seen in previous AI-only battles, it'll probably come down to, maybe about 3 or 4 different civs. Who knows? I mean, it might even be 5 or 6 since there's just so many different players competing in this match here. But yeah, I mean, to me, I think that the 3 main civs that I think should be definitely accounted for is Spain, the Netherlands, and Germany. These are civs that control their future. They got 2 cities off in the mainland of Europe. Obviously, the Netherlands are winning that battle, but if one of these 2 other civs were to take over Amsterdam or Rotterdam, then that would change a lot of things here. The Shoshone, my original pick, are doing pretty good. I can't really complain. They're doing just fine, and Washington is losing a lot of power here. Now, the Aztecs are still at war with America, so this is interesting. If you picked Brazil, which I know a lot of people did, because, we're going for a cultural victory, it seems like only natural someone like Brazil would win this. They're doing great, and they just, Salvador is coastal, but that's okay. I mean, their other 2 main cities are not coastal, which you have to think it's going to be tough for an AI from the old world, someone like the Zulu, to take over Brazil, because there's only 1 coastal city, and it's arguably one of their weaker cities. Salvador is not as powerful as the 2 main Brazilian cities. So yeah, if you were rooting for Brazil, they're still doing great, and I haven't talked too much about them because they're playing quiet, and actually for a cultural victory, that's what you want to do. Well, it depends. It depends. I mean, for Brazil, that's one way for them to win. They can, if they play quiet with their unique ability, they can really dominate this game. For other civs, as we've talked about, cultural victory is all about just grabbing as many cities as you can and stealing away those great works. So I have progressed 1 turn over the break between this video and the last one, and we had a bunch of people denounce Mongolia, a whole bunch, and as expected, China's denounced them. Portugal has announced them. I accidentally clicked through a few of the other ones. Assyria has denounced them. So we actually might see 2 coalitions. One against the Zulu. If you guys remember, there was a bunch of people that just denounced and are actually at war with the Zulu. We might see that begin to happen with the Mongolians. Since they took over the Korean capital, actually 2 Korean cities, yeah, most of the world is not happy. China is going to have to do the last death blow, which means that she's going to get most of that diplomatic hit if she were to actually take out Korea. So anyways, let's progress to the next turn. Let's go and progress to the next turn. We'll see if anyone... Yep, so now Polynesia's joined in on the denouncement. So has Spain, so has Sweden, Denmark, Persia, and Morocco are now friends. This is going to be interesting to see where they take it. I mean, apparently most of the world is not afraid to go to war with civs that maybe are powerful, but they're a little bit too far away. Because that's clearly what we're seeing with the Zulu, is the Zulu are very powerful, but they're a little bit too far away for, I think, anyone to be too worried. I think that they're not even thinking about this right now. India needs to really settle southern India at some point. I really hope that they do. And I'm really surprised that, who was that kind of just bypassed southern India? I can't remember if it was it Assyria or Persia? Can't really remember, but this is good land. This is nice, fertile land down here. So I don't know really what they're thinking. Okay, let's go ahead and progress. Okay, so Morocco versus... Ooh! Songhai versus Morocco. Now, that's a good one. Oh, I like this one. Because we know that Carthage is eventually going to declare war on Morocco. Let's see if the Moroccan settler can get out into the New World, which actually I don't think... I know he doesn't have deep sea sailing, but he can try to navigate his best as best as he can, I guess you could say. I know that you have Iceland here. You'd have to go through the Celts, and I don't know if Morocco knows how to move through Greenland to get to North America, but I guess we'll see. This is going to be a very interesting war. Oh, I like this. Wow. So this could really increase the power of Songhai. I also got... Oh, wait. No, I don't. I was going to say I got a new spy, but I didn't get a spy. I still have my spy spying on the Huns, who actually is a civ that most people probably weren't looking too much in from that first episode, but I'm sure a lot of people have kind of changed their opinion on the Huns now, since they're the most expansive empire in the world, and they border a very small Europe, but I won't say weak, because Europe is anything but weak. We have very, very strong technology civs that maybe won't be able to compete in terms of the numbers game, but will be able to compete with the quality of units and actually above and beyond. So yeah, we have Spain, the Netherlands, and wow, look at this. This is amazing. So the top four, actually no, top three nations with the most amount of wonders, well, I guess Rome and Shoshone are tied, but Spain and the Netherlands at 6 and 4, and then Rome at 2, Shoshone at 2. Surprisingly enough, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy that a native that's playing with the starting bonuses of Prince are able to keep up somewhat with wonder production. That's amazing for the Shoshone. Poland has 1, Byzantium has 1, America has 1. That's surprising as well. The Incas, Sweden, Mayan, and Germany. Yeah, so that's why these cities are so much quality here. But yeah, like I said, I think that's one of those civs that you definitely have to be changing your opinion on. If I noticed that there weren't too many people picking the Huns, and they're doing good. And you know what? They're going to get out another settler. I think it's safe to say, Poland is actually going to get out their first. They're actually their second city. They have been really quiet in terms of expansion, which is not what Poland wants to do, I don't think. That probably wasn't the best idea. So yeah, I mean, the Huns are clearly going to be extremely expansive, and you know what? There's really no one here to stop the Huns. So you have to be thinking the Huns are out there in terms of possibly coming to win this game, because they're going to be extremely expansive, they're going to have a big army, and they'll be able to steal a lot of great works. So a couple of new declarations of friendships have begun. And yeah, so Attila's currently plotting against Poland. Now that would be big. That would be huge. If wow, Songhai, dude, this is great. You're doing a great job. I mean, I'm not rooting for any one of these civs in particular, but you know, for an AI to navigate a battle this well, this is pretty good. On the other hand, Morocco's not defending this city as well as they could, but you've got catapults here, you've got melee units here. You could use a couple more range. You got to get these archers in range. You are out-teched. I will say you are out-teched here a bit. Yeah, that city's gonna fall, especially if Morocco hides behind this very small mountain range in Western Africa. Wow, so this is gonna increase the power of Songhai significantly, which he's going to need it. If he's going to want to stop the Zulu, he's going to need to get as much cities as he can. Yeah, as much cities as he can. So a bunch of declarations of friendships that we really cannot keep up with right now, and a few more people have denounced Mongolia. Okay, so yeah, was there any other thing? I wanted to see exactly where the Huns and Poland were going to settle. I imagine they're going to go somewhere in the middle of Asia, where pretty much the last remaining land is left in this world. Sweden, Arabia, France, and Siam have all joined in on grabbing land in the middle of Asia, and I think we're going to see Poland here too. Morocco and Inca. I'm sorry, Morocco and Inca. What? Drew, come on. Come on. Oh my dang. Yeah, okay, so the Aztecs are not going to be able to survive this one. The Inca are certainly going to dominate that city. And Washington has been captured by the Shoshone. Boston of Washington City. Wow. So the Shoshone just pretty much swooped in and took that from the Aztecs. That was supposed to be the Aztec city. I figured they would take the city of Louisiana, but I guess not. And Songhai did gang their city in Africa. So finally, this is what we figured. We figured with time, you know, let the AI get a little bit better in technology, let the AI continue to build and pump out units and not go to war. Now we're going to start seeing civs start to get destroyed, and lots of wars, lots of exchanges of cities. This is going to be good. Certainly, the Incas are going to take over this newly acquired Aztec city in South America. You're not going to survive this. You are certainly not going to survive this. That's going to be tough, and I'm wondering if he's going to set his sights maybe on the Chichen Itza. This is also a very, well, it's much more defended than the Aztec city that was just settled. But yeah, this city is going to be gone. Very cool. Lots of exchanges of cities. I cannot believe America is down to one city. He might be doing the one city challenge from here on out. But you know what? I mean, that's all Washington's fault there. I'm sorry to say, but you know, he didn't build any units. He has no units. I think he had a few that got destroyed, but he was just building settlers. I don't know exactly. I mean, that's probably the AI because Washington loves to be super expansive, but I don't know what to tell you there, America. I have no idea what to tell you. I knew that you weren't building very many units. Oh my gosh, are the Celts going to go for their third city? They might be going for Greenland. I will lose my freaking mind if the Celts get a third city. I don't know what we did that was different this time, but you know what? They're being much more expansive and good. So Songhai is a lot more powerful. They're going to need to take out these final Moroccan troops. Actually, more than likely, Morocco will kind of shift them back up towards their capital. And I'm wondering how this is going to affect Carthage's thought process on either going to war with Morocco or maybe Songhai. Carthage versus Songhai would be interesting as well. The Celts have enhanced their religion, and Polynesia and Ethiopia made a declaration of friendship. So what is Carthage thinking? That's what I want to think. I'm thinking, what is Carthage thinking, as well as where is Morocco going to go with the settler now? Could we see Morocco be the next city to fall? I guess the next civ to fall. Or maybe America. I don't think the war is going to end too much. I think the natives are going to take them out if they can. But it would probably be only the Shoshone that can do it. The Shoshone need a bit more powerful of an army, I think, to take over. Actually, you know, Washington has no units defending it. I think the Iroquois and America are still at war, so I guess the Iroquois could provide their own attack from the north with their Mohawk warriors, but sure, it doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter whether they're out of date or not, because, like I said, you know, Washington has nothing there. Nothing there to protect themselves, which is so crazy. A bunch of notifications, and a bunch of people are denouncing Mongolia. How is this war going on? Pretty good. You better be careful there. You're going to lose some units if you get bombarded by this Aztec city. That's not going to go so well. It might be, you know, it might be tougher than we think for the AI to navigate through the jungle tiles. But then again, this city only has 12 defense, which is incredibly low, surprisingly enough. Okay, so the Zulu have ganked their own city. And we had, wow. So that was Japan declaring war on Mongolia. Now this is very interesting. Now I'm not, my Eastern Asian history knowledge, my knowledge of history in East Asia is lacking, but wow, I love this. Japan declaring war on an expansive Mongolia. I don't think that's happened, but I have no idea. I have no idea exactly what happened during the Great Conquest during Genghis Khan's time. So I don't know, but you know what? This is going to be tough. Wow, Japan, I'm loving it. This is so much different than what we're used to from the previous AI-only battle. We're seeing so many different things. Well, first of all, the New World's completely different. But you know, Japan going to war for the first time. I've never seen Japan declare war on anybody. The Celts haven't settled their next city. They haven't settled a second city in all of my AI-only campaigns as well. Yeah, they're going for Greenland too. They're going to cut off the world. They're going to cut off the old world from the new world until you get deep sea sailing. That's what they're saying. The Zulu are much more powerful. Oh man, this is going to be tough to stop the Zulu. Again, it'll be tough, but you know what? Songhai is going to be there. And you know, Ethiopia still has their unique ability as well. So, you know, actually, you know, I want to save that topic. We're going to save that topic for a little bit later. I want to discuss something, but we're going to save on that. So let's see exactly where Songhai is doing, how Songhai is doing with destroying these Moroccan units, because if Songhai is able to destroy maybe just these 3 Moroccan troops, then more than likely that will push Carthage to wanting to go to war themselves. And actually, you just got blocked out here. You've got 2 catapults and 2 pikemen that are blocked out. I'm not sure exactly who you were planning on going to war with, and I'm wondering if if Askia is maybe thinking about going to war with the technological Spanish. And also winning in score. I think that, yeah, certainly Spain still has the technological advantages over Songhai. As you can see, a composite bowman stationed inside of this city, as, you know, Askia only has control over 2 archers. So that would be interesting, although it's only 1 composite bowman. That would certainly not be enough for anything. How's Japan doing? Wow. I would be really, really surprised if they take this. Another wonder by the Netherlands. Jeez. But will we see the Huns begin to attack Europe? Now that would be insane if we see something like that. Oh, this is so exciting. This is great. I am so glad that we've already seen enough differences. I wanted to make sure that this campaign was not too similar from our previous AI-only campaign, where we were referring to it as the conquest and colonization, and it certainly is different. It is definitely different. So I'm wondering if Japan is actually going to be able to take over. Mongolia has lost a lot of troops, but be very careful, because Mongolia has Kashyyyks, and we are just before the Japanese time where they are able to get up their samurai warriors. Those are pretty badass troops. Okay, so I guess Songhai is done. Assyria declaring war on Mongolia doesn't mean much there, but yeah, so Songhai is done. Now what does Carthage think? And so now Songhai has 4 cities in the middle of Africa. And yeah, so like I said, Mongolia and Assyria doesn't really mean much. They're not going to be at each other's throats too much. The Aztecs are holding on just barely, but that probably won't last for very much longer. Yeah, they are having a little bit of trouble navigating through the all of this jungle, all these jungle tiles. So much science, though. Geez, so much science out here. Eventually, when you discover education, the education technology is going to be great for the South American civs. So how are the Aztecs doing? Yeah, they're doing fine. They're just going to let this city in South America fall, and that's probably the best choice for them. The Incas are going to get significantly more powerful. There is a small attack going on for America's final city, the Netherlands. Okay, so the Netherlands are playing this smart. The Netherlands, I believe, are both friends with Spain and Germany, which are the only 2 civs that are potentially dangerous. Now, if England were to get enough of her ship of the lines up, she would be able to do some pretty big damage there. Okay, so the Aztecs are going to let them off the hook, which is smart because the Aztecs, you know, they're not bordering Washington anymore, so there's really no point in them staying as it is in that war. Okay, see how Japan is doing. So, wow, Mongolia is doing their own offensive from the north, trying to maybe attack Osaka, but without any naval troops, that's not going to go so well. Mongolia and Siam. Whoa. Well, that doesn't mean anything. So, if China, though, I want to see China join in. Really want to see what China's going to do here. China has units looking like they're going to protect Beijing. It depends on really how many Japanese military units take out the Mongolian units. Yeah, so I think the coalition against Mongolia might be forming. Will Polynesia form, though? Will Polynesia join in? Polynesia has a good amount of troops here. Finally, that fell. Okay, so Carthage has decided to join in with Denmark against Poland. War is everywhere. Now, again, I'm trying to stay as unbiased for you guys as possible. I really don't like, you know, I don't want you guys to think that I'm rooting for anybody really here, but it would be very interesting. We gotta all admit, even if you're rooting for Mongolia, it'd be so interesting to see Japan make a landing in mainland Asia. That would be such, I don't know, that would be crazy. That would be insane. So I don't know what to think. Now, where are the Celts going? Let's see if they are going to settle Greenland. No, they've gone completely over it, looks like. Right? Where'd that settler go? No! Is he going for... He's going for Ireland. Okay, let's watch as Denmark plays out. So I don't think Denmark's going to be able to provide too much of an impact against Poland. Poland, do you have your second city? Not yet. And neither do the Huns. The Huns don't have their second city just yet either. Okay, let's continue to watch this east. We have to really focus more on Eastern Asia. The Zulu have peaced out with Spain, which is really, really lucky for Spain. Spain was about to lose that. Yep, and the Inca are done now with the Aztecs. Oh, man, Japan, you got distracted just enough. Mongolia and India declared war. Carthage and Mongolia declared war. So it looks like Genghis Khan was smart enough to send the Kashyyyks from up north. There it is, China now joining against Mongolia. So the world is not afraid of declaring coalitions against big, powerful nations. Maybe not so much with the Huns. They did not declare war on the Huns after they completely ravaged Catherine. But for lesser civs that started off on like king difficulty, the AI has no problem declaring war on like technological weak civs, I guess, poor in technology category. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but yes. And so Spain did keep this city from the Zulu, right? Yes, they did. Surprisingly enough. Now, where's Carthage going to go, though? So the Zulu are strong. It looks like they took both Byzantium cities. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's going to give a lot of power to the Zulu, and unless we see Songhai needs to take over either Spain to get enough power, or I mean, Ethiopia has their unique ability and their Pantheon helping them out here. Morocco got open borders, surprisingly enough, so that should be able to save him. And look at Portugal going for Northern Africa. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so this coalition war against Mongolia is going to be really cool to watch because, yeah, China's ready to go. China's ready to go. It looks like Japan's been distracted, unfortunately, from taking the former Korean capital because he was smart and he sent his Kashyyyks up north, and that pulled back these Japanese ships to defend their mainland. Actually, you know, they were able to land one Mongolian pikeman, but that shouldn't be enough. They should be fine with the city of bombardment. That should be enough. So I think the New World is almost at peace. Everyone is still at war with Washington. I think the Iroquois peaced out with America, but the Shoshone are going in, potentially destroying America. That would be the second civ to fall in this world, and India won't be able to do much against the war against Mongolia. But another coalition has formed. Anyways, guys. Wow, this is so much fun. I can't even stop. I can't even tell you guys how much fun this is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.